AskReddit.
What do we have today?
NSFW. People who work in the adult film industry. What is the weirdest / creepiest / nastiest thing you've seen or experienced while working?
It's showtime!
A friend of mine used to do cam work and had a regular who would pay her upwards of $600 a session to 1. Tie her hair up in pigtails with orange ribbon. 2. Cover the room in orange balloons. 3. Wear orange lingerie. 4. Squeeze oranges over her boobs. Yep. $600. That was a horny Dutchman. I've told this story before here on Reddit, but here it is. After all the things I experienced working in porn, this one hit my soul the hardest. I was working for a gay fetish wrestling porn company around 2003 called Can-Am, which also owned a straight fetish wrestling porn company called Matt Rock. Both companies were owned by a larger distribution company called Marina Pacific, which also owned a gay porn company called Jet Set. Me and my co-worker X, who ended up being one of my best friends, would help out on Jet Set productions here and there, where we met the owner Dave Grohl, like Grohl, who was this overly tanned grey hair, Hawaiian shirt wearing slime ball. Nice enough guy to us, but you knew who he was 2 seconds into meeting him, so back in the day gay for pay was still very much a thing. Straight men were sought out to do gay porn, and we would have to pump them full of Viagra and have a TV/VCR combo with straight porn hooked to an extension cord, so that when the guy gets soft in the other guy's mouth he could jack off and get hard again. Most of these guys were sexual deviants as it was, but the biggest incentive was the pay. $1,500 tops for a scene where you're the bottom. Pun intended. So we are doing this scene where this kid who was a month into turning 18 and still had his braces on his teeth gets fucked by 2 dudes. Kid does well. The dudes come on him. All is well, except the kid comes up to me, and Xy had heard from Dave that X directed straight porn for Matt Rock, and Dave had promised him that X could put him in a straight porn if he did gay porn. Which at the time was the biggest lie ever, because no one crossed from gay to straight porn, no matter who you were. So me and X had to tell him this, and he starts crying. He goes on to say that Dave was trolling gyms looking for hot straight guys and telling them the same thing. If you want to do straight porn you have to do gay porn. Then he would make them stay at his house and give him blowjobs under the pretense that this is normal. You want to do straight porn? You gotta pay your dues. I never felt so low in my life. What the fuck were we a part of? Me and X told our boss, who then brought it up to the owner of Marina Pacific, who apparently threw a fit. This wasn't the first time this had happened, obviously, but they had enough. I don't know the details of what went down, but Dave lost Jet Set and the rights to his titles, and we put the kid in a straight porn with 2 chicks. He had a blast. My husband used to work on set of filming. One thing that horrified him was seeing how dirty / messy it'd get. So many times they'd have to stop filming to clean up poop, and since scenes would often take hours, the smell would get awful, especially during the summertime. Oh god. I was an adult actor in the mid-90s. We were often in the San Fernando Valley in summer in an air-conditioned warehouse. Let's just say it sometimes got ripe. I was an adult actor in the mid-90s. This wasn't me, but a buddy of mine. He was on a boat for a film shoot. He was also high on mushrooms. The director asked him if he would fuck a midget. He didn't want to, so he told the director an absurdly high price. The director met that price. There he was, tripping balls and balls deep in a little person, and somehow, I never found out how, the boat began to sink. They ended up getting rescued by the Coast Guard. I think this may have scarred him. It did make the news, but I tried googling it and came up with nothing. Anything before 2000 seems to be prehistory. I had a neighbor who used to be a camera guy for an old production company. He said that when anal sex started making its way into straight videos nobody knew about cleaning up before a scene. Apparently one actor randomly starts screaming in the middle of a scene, removes himself from the actress, runs over to a trash can, and proceeded to pee poop. He and his co-workers affectionately referred to it as poop noodle. How do you delete someone else's comment? Dated a girl who did amateur porn and cam girl work. Weirdest thing was how much more people would pay for anything involving assholes. Liking paying up to double what they would for regular. Yeah, like why would anyone pay more to add you to the shot? They like that gay shit. I knew a guy that did gay foreplay. He was offered $2K to take it like a man, so to speak. He was kinda broke, so he went for it, but he didn't prep properly, despite being told numerous times to douche and all that. His words, "I did it, then hot brown lava came out. Please prep properly." I don't understand why some guys just think they can shove their dick in an asshole without preparing for it first. I've had a guy do that to me once. It was not fun. I'm going to leave out names for obvious reasons, but I saw a well-known male pornster miss a facial, and instead of cleaning it up with a towel he licked his own semen off of the floor. So he reloaded, come again. The creepiest thing is seeing how high out of their mind some of these girls are. Some of them are so fucking high they can barely stand up straight. Really makes you think about what the hell you're doing. I get really sad when I click on a porno and then it's super obvious the chick is just fucked up out of her mind. Kills the mood and I just sit there feeling bad for her. That's how I feel about Kimmy Granger. Watch her earlier stuff and she looks healthy and buxom. Watch her newer stuff and she looks fucked up. Definitely addicted to some drugs. Friend of mine did a handful of adult movies. She worked for one of the bigger companies in Germany at the time and said that immigrant porn stars and foreign Eastern European porn stars were treated like absolute dirt. And I'm talking really disgustingly bad. They always had a buffet area way off to the side because the shoots often took 10+ hours a day, and when there were no German female actresses in that shoot, the guys, often dick for hire or free dick, would jizz and slash on the buffet and piss on some of it as well. Sad part is, they always rehired those guys or used them again because either cheap or free. One time according to her they also just beat the shit out of a girl that refused to do anal. I'm an erotica photographer. I've seen a lot of things but nothing that bad. My first photoshoot ever was to a girl dressed as a baby. She used a massive dildo and a pacifier. Another one started her period and I had to tell her because she didn't realize. That was in my house. I had to clean after. I had to tell a girl she forgot to take off her tampon. That was awkward. Another masturbated furiously with rose petals, and it was so violent I got nervous. I'm really new to this, so these are the things that make me really uncomfortable. I'm a lesbian woman, but lem tell you something. I'm really tired of looking at vaginas. Thanks to the internet, I'm officially bored with 6. Philip J. Fry was a paramedic in the late 90s. Went to this part of town that's all strip clubs. Always drinks touching the girls then get fucked up for it. Anyway, we'd see all the hidden spots. The champagne room. The sticky floors are not from champagne. But most sad was the Macu room the girls get ready in. Meth pipes and needles everywhere next to pictures of their kids. Piles of sweaty dollar bills. Bulk packs of unlubed condoms. Vomit stains around the toilets from bulimia. Many are lesbians that have to give a manager a daily blow just to work. They live a sad life. I've done a couple cam shows before. Weirdest was a guy who took me on private while he was smoking meth, wearing nipple clamps, and jerking off. He wanted me to control how long he held his hits for, and supposedly his husband was sleeping and unaware what he was up to. I actually didn't even do or show much myself, and probably made about $50 off having him there for 10 to 15 minutes. Given your name, I'm just going to assume it was Rob Ford. Without naming names, my mom's best friend in high school got into porn. She was pretty famous for being able to deep throat John Holmes' monster schlang. She said that she had to coat her throat with Vaseline to do the deep throat stuff. It also made her puke out during scenes, and that they would bring her a bucket. She had her upchuck bucket for when the deep dick diving was too intense. Why do we call it adult film industry and not porn industry? Because porn could be still images or paintings or sculpture or any number of things. Adult film or porn movie is a porn medium.
Let's keep going. Now, the real
real battle begins.
Let's keep this up.